Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeeba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. US imposes visa ban on foreigners who censor Americans abroad. Elon Musk disappointed by Trump's big spending bill and its impact on Doge. President Trump responds to Elon Musk's criticism of GOP bill and announces upcoming Russia decision. President Trump pardons reality stars Julie and Todd Chrisley after fraud conviction. US issues a strong warning against travel to Venezuela over risks. Governor Hochul invests $56.5 million to help young New Yorkers get summer work. Mayor Adams launches plan to turn vacant lots into parks across the NYC. Lindsay Lohan denies plastic surgery rumors, credits motherhood for her glow. Germany and Ukraine to develop long-range weapons as the UN accuses Russia of war crimes. Indian border security accused of forcing over 1,000 Bangladeshis into river. Bangladesh Tigers lose first T20 international against Pakistan by 37 runs. And Ono Sato becomes first Japanese sumo grand champion in 7 years at age 24. You are listening to Headlines, now news in detail. The United States announced new visa restrictions targeting foreign nationals who limit the free speech rights of American citizens outside the country. Secretary of State Marco Rubio revealed this policy aiming to stop foreign officials and individuals who are involved in censoring Americans. Rubio said the policy would apply to those who fine, harass, or charge U.S. citizens for sharing their opinions overseas. He stressed that free speech is a fundamental American right and should not be controlled by other governments. Rubio added that Americans have faced fines and harassment for their speech in foreign countries for too long. He made it clear that foreign nationals who work against American rights would lose the privilege of visiting the U.S. Rubio warned that whether in Latin America, Europe, or other places, the U.S. will no longer tolerate such actions. The State Department has not yet explained how it will enforce this policy or what proof will be needed to deny visas. The move signals a stronger stance by the Trump administration on protecting Americans' rights worldwide. Elon Musk said he was disappointed by the cost of the domestic policy bill passed by House Republicans last week, which President Trump strongly supported. Musk, who recently stepped back from leading the Department of Government Efficiency, shared his thoughts in an exclusive interview. He explained that the large spending bill would increase the budget deficit instead of lowering it. This, he said, would harm the work Doge had been doing to improve government efficiency. Musk's views seemed different from President Trump's, who promoted the bill as one big, beautiful bill act. The bill still needed Senate approval. It planned to extend Trump's 2017 tax cuts, increase border security funding, add work requirements to Medicaid, and reduce clean energy tax credits. The Congressional Budget Office reported that the tax parts of the bill could raise the deficit by $3.8 trillion by 2034. Musk said a bill can be big or beautiful, but I'm not sure it can be both. He also mentioned he would reduce his government role after making many cuts with his Doge team. President Donald Trump responded to Elon Musk's recent criticism of the House GOP agenda bill's impact on the federal deficit. Speaking at the White House on May 28, 2025, Trump said he was unhappy with some parts of the bill but pleased with others, without giving many details. Trump also announced he would decide within 2 weeks how to handle Russia in ongoing talks about ending the war in Ukraine. This followed recent tensions after former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev warned about the risk of World War III. Additionally, Trump said he might consider pardoning the men convicted in the 2020 plot to kidnap Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer. His remarks came after Jeanine Pirro was sworn in as interim U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke at a Bitcoin conference praising the White House's support for cryptocurrency. Trump's media company plans to raise $2.5 billion to buy cryptocurrency, with his sons also speaking at the event. President Donald Trump has pardoned reality TV stars Julie and Todd Chrisley, who were serving prison time for bank fraud. The White House announced the pardon on May 27, 2025. The couple, known for their show Chrisley Knows Best, had been convicted in 2022 for taking out over $30 million in fake loans from small banks. Todd was serving a 12-year sentence and Julie was serving 7 years. Trump made a phone call to their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, telling her that he had granted them a full pardon. "I don't know them, but give them my regards," Trump said in a video shared by the White House. Savannah had strongly supported Trump during last year's campaign. She claimed her parents were unfairly targeted and compared their case to Trump's legal battles. Trump has recently pardoned several supporters, including a former sheriff and a nursing home executive. More clemencies may come as Trump continues to challenge what he calls a broken justice system that once convicted him before his re-election. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The U.S. State Department warned American citizens again not to travel to Venezuela due to serious dangers like wrongful detention, kidnapping, and torture. The department said it has no open embassy or consulate in Venezuela and cannot provide normal or emergency help to U.S. travelers there. The travel advisory for Venezuela remains at the highest level, level 4, since March 2019, when the U.S. Embassy in Caracas temporarily suspended operations. This level means extreme risk. More U.S. nationals are wrongfully held in Venezuela than any other country, the State Department said. Some have been detained after accidentally crossing unclear borders, and others face false charges, including terrorism. The Venezuelan government does not inform the U.S. about these detentions, so officials cannot visit or help detained Americans. Those held cannot contact family or lawyers. Other risks in Venezuela include strict local laws, civil unrest, and poor health care. The State Department strongly advised all U.S. citizens currently in Venezuela to leave immediately to avoid these dangers. President Trump's administration continues to monitor the situation closely. Governor Kathy Hochul announced a $56.5 million investment to help about 21,000 low-income young people across New York State to find summer jobs. The funding is part of the FY 2026 state budget and will support the Summer Youth Employment Program, which gives teens and young adults work experience and job skills. The program will be run by the State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance in all 57 counties and New York City. Youth aged 14 to 20 from families earning below 200% of the federal poverty level will be eligible. Participants will work in entry-level jobs at parks, camps, child care centers, cultural and community organizations, and more. The program is expected to boost confidence, build career skills, and improve education outcomes for at-risk youth. Officials say the program not only helps youth grow but also strengthens local communities and businesses. The $56.5 million includes a $1.5 million increase from last year to match minimum wage growth. More young people are expected to benefit in the coming summers. Mayor Eric Adams kicked off the We Outside Summer campaign this week by announcing a new plan to turn vacant, abandoned lots into green spaces throughout New York City. He introduced a new strategy allowing multiple locations within each community district to go through the land use process under a single application, making the system faster and more efficient. Thanks to the mayor's Get Stuff Built initiative, NYC Perks submitted its first applications for 44 sites in Brooklyn's Community District 5 and Queens Community District 3, East Amherst. While not every site will become Perkland, the plan opens the door to many future acquisitions. Perks may also be created through transfers from other city agencies at no cost. NYC Perks has worked closely with housing officials to decide which sites should be perks or affordable housing based on local needs. Since taking office, Mayor Adams has added 86.5 acres of Perkland citywide. This new plan continues his promise to bring public spaces closer to underserved neighborhoods and make New York City a greener, family-friendly place to live. Lindsay Lohan has spoken out against rumors that she had plastic surgery. In an Elle magazine interview published earlier this week, Lohan denied getting a facelift and said her skin changed naturally after becoming a mother. "My skin became very sensitive after I had my son," Lohan said. "That's what made me change my routine, diet, and lifestyle." She credited green juice, ice-cold water, and pickled beets for her glowing skin. Lohan, who stars with Jamie Lee Curtis in the upcoming Freaky Friday sequel, said she ignores negative comments and focuses on staying healthy. She joked with her publicist during the interview, asking when she would have had time for surgery with her packed schedule. Lohan made her return to acting in 2022, and online rumors about her appearance have followed. Some social media users still suspect surgery, but experts said today's procedures are more subtle and harder to detect. Lohan's message was clear: looking good doesn't always mean going under the knife. Sometimes it's just a healthy life. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz announced during Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky's visit to Berlin that Germany will help Ukraine develop new long-range weapons capable of striking targets inside Russia. Both countries' defense ministers will soon sign an agreement to produce these weapons, though details remain secret. Merz said there will be no range limits, allowing Ukraine to defend itself fully. Zelensky criticized Russia for delaying peace talks and continuing its war. Merz condemned recent heavy Russian missile attacks on Kiev as acts of aggression, not peace. Meanwhile, a UN report accused Russia of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity, especially in drone attacks on civilians in Ukraine's Kherson region. The UN said these attacks were meant to terrorize civilians and violate international law. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned that Germany's new support to Ukraine will escalate tensions. President Trump, currently in office, called Russian President Putin crazy over the conflict. Trump also warned Putin about playing with fire as discussions of new US sanctions against Russia continue. Bangladesh has accused India's border security force of pushing more than 1,000 people, including women and children, back across the borders since early May. On May 22, Salina Begum and her 3 daughters were tied with plastic bottles and pushed into the Feni River at night, drifting until rescued near Khagrachari. Salina said they did not know how to swim and were left in the dark water all night. Her family had been working in India before being detained, robbed, and pushed back by Indian authorities. Local officials and Bangladesh's border guard have received many similar reports of abuse, including torture and confiscation of documents before push-ins. On May 7, 5 Rohingya refugees registered with the UNHCR in India were also forced back into Bangladesh. BJP Director General Muhammad Ashrafuzzaman Siddiqui said Bangladesh protested repeatedly through diplomatic channels, but the push-ins continue. The BJP has increased patrols and monitoring along the border and urged India to respect international rules. The Bangladesh Army said it will support border forces if needed to protect the country's sovereignty. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Bangladesh lost the first T20 international against Pakistan by 37 runs at Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. Chasing a tough target of 201 runs, Bangladesh was bowled out for 164 in 19.2 overs. Captain Leighton Dash was the top scorer with 48 runs of 30 balls, including 3 sixes and a 4. Zakir Ali contributed 36 runs of 21 balls, while opener Tanzid Hassan scored a quick 31 of 17 balls. However, frequent wickets stopped Bangladesh from gaining momentum in the chase. Pakistani pacer Hassan Ali made a strong comeback, taking his first 5-wicket haul with figures of 530 in just 3.2 overs. Leg spinner Hassan Ali also took 2 wickets. Earlier, Pakistan's captain Salman Agha scored a career-best 56 and Hassan Nawaz added 44 runs to help set the big target. Bangladesh's bowlers shared wickets, but the team's fielding mistakes, including dropped catches and boundary slips, hurt their chances. The second and third T20 internationals will take place at the same stadium on May 30 and June 1st. Japan welcomed a new sumo grand champion or Yokozuna as 24-year-old Onosato was promoted to the sport's top rank, weighing 421 pounds. Onosato is the first Japanese wrestler to reach Yokozuna status since 2017, breaking a long streak dominated by Mongolian wrestlers. Onosato, whose real name is Daiki Nakamura, earned the promotion after winning the recent Summer Grand Sumo tournament and a prestigious merge competition. He pledged to train hard and live up to the prestigious title. Hailing from Ishikawa Prefecture, which suffered a deadly earthquake and tsunami in early 2024, Onosato said he hopes to inspire and support his home region through his success. Sumo, Japan's national sport, has deep historical and religious roots. The sport's past champions have often come from Mongolia, with 6 of the last 7 Yokozunas before Onosato being Mongolian. Onosato's promotion sets the stage for an exciting rivalry with Mongolia-born Yokozuna Hoshoryu. The two are expected to face each other in the July tournament in Nagoya. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,829.89. The NYSE Composite is increased by 295.05 points or 1.51%. Tokyo stock close price is 37,722.40. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 1.71 points or 0.00%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,339.93. The Shanghai index is decreased by 0.76 points or 0.02%. Hong Kong stock close price is 23,258.31. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 123.68 points or 0.53%. Bombay stock close price is 81,312.32. The Sensex index is decreased by 239.31 points or 0.29%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. US imposes visa ban on foreigners who censor Americans abroad. Elon Musk disappointed by Trump's big spending bill and its impact on Doge. President Trump responds to Elon Musk's criticism of GOP bill and announces upcoming Russia decision. President Trump pardons reality stars Julie and Todd Chrisley after fraud conviction. US issues a strong warning against travel to Venezuela over risks. Governor Hochul invests $56.5 million to help young New Yorkers get summer work. Mayor Adams launches plan to turn vacant lots into parks across the NYC. Lindsay Lohan denies plastic surgery rumors, credits motherhood for her glow. Germany and Ukraine to develop long-range weapons as the UN accuses Russia of war crimes. Indian border security accused of forcing over 1,000 Bangladeshis into river. Bangladesh Tigers lose first T20 international against Pakistan by 37 runs. And Onosato becomes first Japanese sumo grand champion in 7 years at age 24. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.